Nothing I say is provably false.
You have come at a difficult time.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Branka didn't go alone, Oghren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? I'll...
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman. Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled. Well, he killed Lord Mino's youngest son in a duel to first blood. It was a huge scandal. Oghren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the Deep Roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled. She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the Deep Roads and abandoned him. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith, and Oghren was one of the best warriors of his generation. Chasing some old treasure, she was quite secretive, outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly a third. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Branka, Oghren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name. If you see any guardsmen, tell them Oghren was at it again. So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia's not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well, looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Is there a problem here, friend? Are these men threatening you?
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen. Whoa, whoa! All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude. I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's the older area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endrin died, they're getting bolder. They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the commons, shaking honest men down for coin. I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you. Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store.
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons. Yeah.
Hello. Oh, please tell me what they said. How can that be? There's always a circle in every human nation. All the books agree. But what will happen in the Mageborn now? They'll still need somewhere to train. They'll need a new circle and people to help them rebuild. I'm a smith. I can build whatever they need. Did you tell them that? I'll go right now. I'll do whatever it takes just to be there. Thank you for asking. That's more than anyone else has done for me.
A Trust Valar, stranger. Here for armor or conversation? Has she been bothering you? Gets a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go. What? Do you even know what you've done? She's castless now. She can never marry, never work, and never be a part of this family again.
Why the fuss? I am sure the Circle Tower is full of parental figures just waiting to tell her what is best.
My daughter is dead to me now. Leave my store. You're not welcome here. You monster! You sent my daughter to the surface! Now she can never return.
What do you want? Hey, I heard about you. Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world. People are saying how you've thrown yourself on Harrowmont's wagon train. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest. You don't need a king to face a blight. You need a paragon. The Assembly elects them, but they're higher than the Assembly. They become nobles, but they're more than anyone born to a house. They're what every dwarf with a spine not made of soap dreams of being. City's only living paragon, and she's been lost in the deep roads for 2 years. 2 years, and no one's raised a bleeding army to go look for her. What's it matter to you, huh? You trying to find out her secrets? That what Harrowmont sent you here for? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He looking to take it for himself? A little lost technology of the ancients to throw Balin right out of the picture? Too little, too late. But it's a nice gesture, Warden. If you think your boot kissing will get you an in I don't have, you're welcome to try this. I know both Harrowmont and Balin have been asking about her. 2 years without a peep, and suddenly now they want to start looking. If you find out what they know, it might just put me a step closer to finding her. Or sit here and have a drink. It's all the bleeding same to me. Barkeep? Sod off, Duster.
I find it very odd.
It meaning me. Am I in it now too? I feel honored.
For one who professes to be a warrior, I find it remarkably weak-willed and indecisive.
Thank you?
It also likes to hide its many weaknesses behind a veil of jocularity.
For a statue, you know a lot of big words.
Is there a reason it enjoys following others so much? Especially when it is in a position to lead.
Have you ever been responsible for someone else's life? Or a lot of other lives? Or an entire nation?
Of course not.
Then shut up.
I will remember this moment when the birds come.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me? Well, that sounded if you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything. I am. So if you're not here to... How do you know who I am? Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other. She's married to a prominent Desher's heir. We should have stopped a long time ago, but I love her. Do you know what that's like? Now Balin found out, and I can't even help my cousin for fear he'll tell her husband. There's no way to guarantee that. I appreciate the thought, but they really have me over a shaft here. They have letters. Love letters Revelka wrote me. If they were made public, she'd be disgraced. Her husband would cast her aside, and I would be lucky to be allowed to die in a duel. You'd do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. Balin's fighter, Miaja, has the letters. If you make sure she never shows them to anyone, I'll fight for Harrowmont again. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
Watch for Piotr Idukan.
He's won the squad comp. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record. Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Rooston Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean. They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets. Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior. I'm telling you, P.O.
This area is off limits. Is that an...
Not helping them keep their dirty secrets, though. That's another story.
You have...
As...
Come. You are quickly overstepping your welcome.
Guards, remove this intruder.
It is done. That about wraps it up.
You are quickly overstepping your welcome.
The proving's almost starting. I should leave if you haven't found anything. Where did you get those? No, I don't want to know. I can't say what it means to know my Revelka is safe. I will be glad...
You looking at something?
Get out of here!
Don't take it personally. Hana-shan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone. They're an order of female warriors, founded by Astith the Grey, a woman of the warrior caste who first fought for women's right to be soldiers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand... The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor. Ancestors guide you.
Fine to see you here, Warden. A number of people have told me they hope the rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some... Say the word and I'll line up a team from one of the younger houses. They're a hungry bunch who employ unusual tactics. Understand that there's no concern for fairness here. The younger houses are interested in unorthodox tactics. Many hire mercenaries to augment traditional strengths. Anything goes is a fair description. We give small payouts, maybe a bonus from time to time, but this isn't about... We've got some young fighters ready.
Something is coming. Now's better than later. I'll get you a lemon, so you can get off my back. Have at you! You have no fear, only desperation.
You will learn to fear me!
Got it.
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts. We've got some...
Now's better than later. All right. I'll get on it.
Oh, too bad for you.
All right, all right. Got it.
Bad day.
Good job, Warden. You've earned a... Oh.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before. It's a pleasure. Name's Guidon, and I just tendered my resignation. Somehow I don't think the ancestors will favor me today. It's not so much what happened, as what's going to. Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes. Oh? And where did you hear this that's more reliable than a member of the Assembly? I suppose there's nothing his lordship would do without consulting. Maybe you're right. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Balin's lying to me for his own gain, maybe I...
Ready for some
Be wary. Now's better than later. Let's see what you're made of. Ah! Got it.
Let's have at it!
Run while you can. You're in. Over your head.
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts. I'll...
Do not disturb me. I must meditate before I fight.
Proving, or were you here to take part in the fight? Well, that's a surprise. Never thought that... Let me just put you in... Now, is there a particular name you wish listed? I'll just call you Grey Warden, since those elven names are such a mouthful. We actually have an opening in the first round. Are you ready to start? Looks like Swearn's drawn first bout. He was one of the youngest champions ever. Beat his own father at 12 years old. All for the right to earn his battle status 2 years early. Are you ready to start? Fight start at the gong and go to first blood. No eye gouging, no groin pulls. The rules of each bout will be announced when it starts. You should be comfortable with normal weapons and lyrium-enhanced weapons, in single combat, pairs, or battle units. Are you ready to start? That's what I like to hear. I will warn you, though. This is your last chance to make preparations or meet the competition. Once the fights begin, there are no new additions to the roster. All withdrawals are treated as losses. Do you want to start, or would you like some time? The fight go down to... This is a glory proving. First up is Suwern of the Warrior Caste. Today...
In the name of House Iduken and our future King Balin.
First one.
I'm not cutting you any slack.
I'm sorry. Am I too quick for you? Breaking a sweat already? Ha!
The winner is the... That was an Are you ready for your next opponent? Excellent. This...
May this...
When you fall.
First...
Got it. Let's see some blood.
The winner... Well, that was an exciting bout. Are you ready for your next opponent? And to our Prince Balin. First...
Something is coming. Let's see what you're made of.
The whip! Heremont will be pleased, Warden. Are you ready for your next opponent? This Master of all weapons, Grey Warden, choose your second, for you last...
Can I get you so you can get off my back?
The whip! Are you ready for your next opponent? Are you ready to face the final test? Each!
You fight well, but your judgment is questionable. The throne will never...
You on...
I'll get off. Am I too quick for you? Now's better than later.
I fight for Heremont!
On your guard, wretch! All right, all right.
I fight for Heremont!
Then it is my honor to declare this Grey Warden champion. Spoken...
You showed him! The ancestors are smiling on Lord Heremont today.
Not bad for a surfacer.
Do not disturb me. I must meditate before my fight.
I can't believe it! The ancestors came out of the sodding ground to kiss your feet, Dustin.
So, you met this sibling of yours?
Half-sister, but yes.
And you gave the woman money?
Yes.
Why would you do such a thing? This woman is a parasite who will appreciate nothing you do. You know this.
It's moments like this when I truly appreciate the difference between you and me.
It is moments like this when I truly wonder at the difference between you and a toadstool.
What? Is Ogren back again? Ogren's a drunk. Gets quite violent about it. Did you see any
News of the hour. Support Lord Balin at your peril. Evidence suggests Lord Balin considering widespread military.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there. You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there. You're the... I trust Vala, my nug-wrangling friend.
Everywhere! I can't take it! What? Get away! There's things older than Darkspawn. See? I found copies. All from the same pen. Take them! I won't disappear chasing a lie! I won't!
Atros Vala, champion. I hear you. I must thank you for bringing both Baisel and Guidon back into the fight. His lordship was touched to see his... There can no longer be any doubt where you're... If you're ready, Lord Harrowmont will see you now. His lordship is...
I appreciate what you have done, Warden, and I apologize for putting one of your rank through such trials. I am Lord Pyral Harrowmont, and I thank you for your efforts to help me preserve King Endrin's throne. For us, the Darkspawn are a constant menace, so a blight may not elicit the same urgency you are used to. Ultimately, the Assembly decides what troops to send. If they no longer fear civil war, they'll have no reason to hold back. If you want my support to count, I will have to be king. And right now, there is no sure way to get there. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the criminal Carter she runs? The Assembly receives pleas every day from the common folk. Jarvia hides her base in Dusttown. If you would help me in this, it would show the Assembly that I, and not Balin, have the ability to defend and rule this city. Do this, and I promise if I take the throne, look...
His lordship appreciates your support.
All be aware that the Grey Wardens have aligned with Lord Harrowmont. News of the hour. Lord Balin's claims that Lord Harrowmont stopped on Darkspawn proven.
Don't look
Harrowmont
now.
has suckered the warden. Balin will not allow it.
Now's better than later. I'll get on it. Got it. I'll get on it. I'll get you a runner so you can get off my back.
You will learn to fear me.
One more crushed for my amusement.
Did you see that fight? In the old days, those...
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here. Is that so?
Let's crush them all quickly, shall we? Just don't order me.
Are you in a more generous mood now? What are you looking for? Know it? I lived it, my friend. And let me tell you, it's worse now than in my day. Jarvia took over the Carta not more than a year ago, and already she's got every duster with both... Won't be easy. She's got Carta members all carrying these fingerbone tokens. There's doors to her base all over the city, but only one is ever open at a time. And if you show up without a token, you'd never... Can't help you there, Salrocca. Now, how about that coin you promised? I'll think of...
Why does the Swamp Witch still travel with the Grey Wardens?
You are of the opinion that I should not be?
I am curious. It seems as if it has little reason to stay.
The same could be said of you. There is no control rod commanding your presence, Gollum.
I have no history and thus no purpose. The same cannot be said for the Swamp Witch. Its purpose is simply unknown.
Keep asking questions and I shall turn into a bird. I can do that.
I have no fear of birds.
Oh, I didn't say you were afraid. I would simply hover out of reach. Hovering. Waiting until...
Enough! I shall be silent.
What comes, my friend? We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. You helped me avoid the fate my mother had in... Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer. Then I assume I'll just... What comes, my... So! What comes, my friend? We are hardly alone, so privacy... Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
Interesting. And it sure won't be me! Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
So this bird thing of yours?
I do not have a bird thing. I have an extremely justified rage of the flying vermin that plague this world.
But there are some birds that are useful. Like the ones you eat.
I approve of the ritual slaying of the foul beast, but it eats one? Disgusting.
Oh, they're really quite tasty. You just need to rip off the feathers first. I like the skin myself.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Ooh, golem vomit. This I have to see.
It speaks. It doesn't have... Oh.
Have you seen my lunch? It's a piece of, like, I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry. Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyri. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. Well, it's the lyrium, you know. Raw blood of the earth. Most of the time, that's no problem. When it's all bundled up in a piece. But handling the ore directly, sometimes you get burned. It's not just your skin it takes off. It'll burn directly. Of course, weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs an hour. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, but only not too much and not every day, and not breathing the dust and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck. Not crazy, just I have the best blades here. Right.
Grey Wardens present in Orzammar. Endorsement of Lord Harrowmont of Low against... News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont, unable to win own battles, turns to Grey Wardens in desperation.
The Warden has joined Harrowmont. Attack for Balin.
I'll get on it. All right. I'll get on it.
That's it. Prepare to be crushed.
Now's better than later. Got it.
Time to end their pathetic little existences. Ha! Take that.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark time.
Orzammar questions Lord Harrowmont's ability to win the throne without Grey Warden. Lord Balin swears revenge on Grey Wardens. He is like a mad surfacer dog, say insiders.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how...
What can I do for you, Warden?
Once the Dryden's were strong. We will be again one day.
Warden? This is star metal. If you give this to me, I will craft for you a thing of legend. Nothing. My family owes you much. And so I must... Warden?
I see enemies ahead. I see a trap. I'll get it. Now's better than later.
Just die already!
Another battle, I see. Let us end this! Back!
Right then.
Indeed.
Yes. Yes.